Hi, this is Nikki Woods, and we are going beyond the studio on blackamericaweb.com with Joe.
Yes.
What?
What's so funny?
Because we were talking about this earlier today. Who came up with the title for the CD? The good, the bad, the sexy.
Well, I can't take credit for that. That's my big brother, Kadar.
Really?
You know, he's a marketing genius. He really knows how to put things together.
Yeah, because it's simple, but there's just something about it that just everybody's like, oh.
A little slick. Man,
Okay. So ninth studio album.
Yeah. Number 9 for me. Yeah.
Do you
Been working
remember
hard.
like the first one, like going into the studio for the first time to do the first album?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I mean, it's the way it happened. I mean, I started out writing for other people, and no one really knew I was a singer. At one point. So I started doing all the demos that I was writing for everybody else, and it was like, wow, you should do an album. So I went in and did about 3 songs, and it just kept building from there. And they saw the potential and just kept growing.
But I think it was the second album that really blew up for you, because then everybody went back and got the first and was like, wow.
Yeah, it was
kind of
definitely All That I Am was my second record. That was in 1995, and the first album was in '93, which was Everything.
Because I think the first time I met you, you had come to Chicago to do a performance with Montel Jordan.
I think I remember.
Yeah.
That. I think I do remember that.
And I was like, oof.
Yeah, those were the days.
Yeah, it
I'll
was
tell
a
you,
good
those were the days.
concert.
I mean, to even grow up in the music industry and see how it all changed and everything develops, and you see some people in, some people are out, but you understand the things that remain consistent are very necessary. Like Tom Joyner Morning Show, this is very consistent and very necessary.
It's very necessary. So for you, because there's some people that, like you said, they're like out of the gate, they're on fire, but then they're done after like one album. They like burn out.
Right, absolutely.
So would you rather be like right under that radar and do 9 albums, or
Well,
I guess
yeah,
the
I mean,
consistency is a thing?
well, I got to say, I mean, it's I don't have anything to compete with. I'm not trying to compete with selling Diamond or another 10 million records trying
you've
for
done
the second
that.
album. Well, I haven't done the Diamond, but I've sold quite a few numbers, pretty well. But
Right.
I think the challenge for a lot of artists who come out the box selling great numbers is the challenge of trying to repeat that process. And when you don't reach that level, you feel like you've failed a little bit.
So who did you work with on the album?
A lot of new producers,
'Cause there's a lot of interesting titles.
Yeah,
of
a lot of
songs
new
here.
guys on my team now. Is Brian Alexander, who's a really incredible producer and musician. The Ambassadors, who some kids from New York City that I've known for years. They got a great team of young guys there. So I'm just giving opportunities to other producers and writers to be a part of it.
Pull My Hair,
Yeah,
Slow Kisses.
yeah.
What is Circles? Tell me about Circles.
Well, Circles is it's about a relationship that's continued to go in and out. It's just the ups and downs of it, and the album relates it's about reality. Relationships, things people go through it every day. You're not always going to have the beautiful side of a relationship. You got to go through some triumphs and tribulations, and that's what builds the bond, and that's what makes it stronger. It shouldn't always be good. You should have some challenges in a relationship, so
Know that it's...
Yeah, it's really worth something.
So with that, what is like the one piece of advice you would give to to couples or to men or people that are going through some trying times?
Well, it's so hard because you give up so much of yourself, and I think it's important that you give each other enough space to still be their own individual. I think that's very, very important.
You want your space.
I love my space. I think
He's
everybody.
going on record. He wants his space.
I like that. I like that. From time to time, it gives me a chance to sort of regroup and come back.
Well, you go away a lot, though.
Yeah, I do.
We were just talking about going on tour, and you're going back to Japan like next month.
Yeah, we just got back from Europe, and before that, we were in Africa and New Zealand and Australia. So it's just been an ongoing tour, and sort of a tour thing for me. But I tour quite a bit overseas, a lot more than here in the States. And
Why do you think that is?
but they don't get as much. They don't get as much, and I think the markets that I go in, I really can't tell you to tell the difference. I can't tell you what it is that keeps me going back. I just try to do a great performance each time, anywhere I go.
Right.
So I don't know why it's a little different here than it is there.
Do you watch any of the singing shows like X Factor and? Do you?
I do from time to time. I do. I do catch it. I love Simon. Simon is just so truthful, very honest.
Because I'm curious, because it's like there's a lot of great talent out there, and I'm wondering what does distinguish. Like, what is, you have somebody that has that raw talent that obviously can sing, and what is the difference between them and say like a Joe? I mean, is it just being discovered by the right people?
Well, the thing about them, you also get to see their journey. I mean, you hear a lot of the stories, their backgrounds, and you sort of get involved in them as a person.
Right.
You just have sympathy for a lot of their situations, how they came up, and so you want to see them win a lot of times. So having the opportunity, I don't know if it would have worked out the same for me, almost 20 years ago, but I like the grind that I went through to get to where I am.
Builds character.
Absolutely.
So what's next for you? Another album, more touring, movie? What's next?
Well, the movie scene is something I'm definitely going to get involved in.
Really? Acting or
Acting.
behind the scenes?
Definitely acting.
Okay.
I think I could pull it off. I see a lot of guys
I think
doing
you could
it.
be a leading man.
Yeah, I believe so. I think I got what it takes.
You got what it takes. You can definitely do the soundtrack too. So it's a 2-for-1 for you.
Exactly how the same way Luda would do it. When they doing movies, he always get a first single on there. That's the way to move.
Yep. We're seeing a lot of it. So it is actually in stores now, so you can pick it up.
That's right.
It is called The Good, the Bad, and the Sexy, and it's by none other than Joe. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. It's
Best
my
of
pleasure.
luck to you.
Thank you so much.
We have gone beyond the studio with Joe on BlackAmericaWeb.com.